Hey guys, TBoltAuras here. Welcome to a really bad video. So basically enough, this is gonna be both for my channel and the 7 Pokemaniacs channel. Mostly because I was gonna do this anyway on my channel, and since it's top 10, I couldn't think of any good top 10s. This is gonna be my top 10 favorite Pokemon. So, yeah, let's go intro. By the way, I'm recording this with my iPad, so yeah, don't blame me. Number 10 is Nidoking. I bet you're all wondering, why do you think Nidoking? First of all, it has the word king in it, so it's a king. It's a king. You can't blame it. And this was actually one of the Pokemon I used in red and blue. I loved using it. In fact, I loved it so much I used it in yellow. Typically, almost everyone used it in yellow to pick like a charm. Well, no, everyone used it because it literally had double kick, so it was actually kind of recommended. Which I did do that. And you know what? I just had a blast. Nidoking has been one of my favorites. In X and Y now, he's a competitive battler for physical and special, so that makes him good either way. The only thing I have to complain is his defense and special defense stats, but who cares a chocolate about that? Let's just move on. Oh, another thing. Another thing I don't like is this the Thunderbolt. If you guys know, that is actually electric type Pokemon is my favorite. So ground types I especially don't like, but you know, sometimes I just like them too. Number 9 is gonna be my only legendary on the list. Just to say that right now, my only legendary, and it's gonna be Lugia. Reason Lugia's on here is actually it's because one of my official ones in Johto, he was like the only one I caught in silver. And you know what? I just love the design. You know what? The design was great. And you know what? It was way better than Mewtwo's. I gotta agree that. Because, first of all, look at this, look at this. It's just epic. Epic looking. This thing is a psychic type, too. I was surprised, because everyone, normally, when you thought, would be a water type, considering it knows Hydro Pump at the start. It lives in the water, and all this kind of a water stuff. But it's not. It's psychic and flying. And that's really interesting to actually know something. Some Pokemon don't have to be a specific type to live in their land. Who knows? Maybe they'll create a grass type that can live in, I don't know, fire? Volcanoes? I don't know. Let's move on. Speaking of grass, we got number 8, which is Roserade. Roserade was one of the best Sinnoh Pokemon I've ever used. Literally, one of the best. I used Roserade when I actually didn't evolve it. I actually got a Badoo, used Roselia, and I didn't actually know you can evolve it into Roserade until I ran across a Shiny Stone. Now, if you guys don't know, 4th Gen just introduced a Shiny Stone, so I didn't know what to do with it. When I got one, which was until a little later, I figured out when pressing it, it could evolve a Roselia. Keep in mind, this is when Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum Diamond Pearl first came out. So I didn't know, because nothing of the wiki was on there. I evolved it, and it turned to this beast. And now in X and Y, it's even more beast with Dazzling Gleam. You guys can't complain. You just guys can't. And who can blame me for my another spot, which is number 7, Talonflame. Now, you guys can't blame me for this one. Typically everyone loves Talonflame. It's a big sweeper. But the reason I really love it is that it has the ability Gale Wings. Gale Wings is a hidden ability, actually a specific only ability that Talonflame can learn. Basically, it lets you go first if you go for a flying move. That just wrecks everyone up. Brave Bird, Roost, Acrobatics. This thing can just wreck your team unless you have a rock type. Typically, I don't think rock types help, because mostly rock types, or almost all of them, are typically slow. Some of them are kind of fast. I can't think of one on top of my head, but I know there's one that's fast. But I don't think they can outspeed a Talonflame. And I'm pretty sure he can learn at least a fighting move. Or, I don't know. I know he can take down one rock type, and I know that. I just don't remember the move. Sorry. Going in number 6 is someone you probably didn't expect, ElioTile. It's another 6th Gen Pokemon. The reason I put ElioTile here is because of the design, the anime, and you know what? I just like it. I just like its design. I prefer this more. I mean, catching this, I actually use this on my team, just because of the anime, but when I evolved into a Healisk, boy did it help. I actually knew we could learn Surf, because apparently it knows Dry Skin. I'm like, okay, I probably learn it. I didn't really actually use a Water type, until I had to use Waterfall, and I actually had to use this Lapras as an HM slave. No, not slave. HM user, I don't like the word slave. But still, this ElioTile, it is great. I love the design, and it's really good in the anime, too. Coming in number 5 is someone you probably would say, why would you ever put this on the list, is Oddish. Oddish, I just wanted to... First, let me point this out. Oddish was one of the first grass types I've ever put my hands on. And you know what? I actually kind of like grass types. They're one of my... This is actually like... if I made a top 5 list, I would definitely put it on there. Just because of Oddish being my first one. And you know what? I liked Oddish. You can't blame me. Some people actually put, like, pre-evolved Pokemon. And yeah. Oddish is just one of them. And do not even mention... do not even mention on, oh, it's weak. Oh, you can't even use it on Little Cup. Bull. It's great at Little Cup, actually. Why am I saying that? I love Oddish because of this reason of nostalgia when doing it red and green, where basically, no, red and blue, gosh, I keep on saying green, gosh, because of nostalgia, but yeah, Oddish, that he was actually my only grass and poison type, which I have a complaint on first gen. Why was Tangela the only one left? And coming in, number 4, we got a redemption of Gyarados. Oh, redemption onto the list. Yeah. So I basically just show I show a Talonflame. Okay. ElioTile. Okay. A bunch of people like it. Oddish. Oh gosh, no one likes Oddish on their list, on their favorites. But you want Gyarados? That's probably common. Gyarados, I just like. No one was my first Pokemon being water. No, I actually did pick Charmander for both versions. I don't know why I did. But Gyarados, I always picked. I actually bought the Magikarp there. I actually didn't talk to the guy. No, that was in Leaf and Green Fire Red, never mind. In Red and Blue, I actually got the Magikarp. And in Leaf Green and Fire Red, I totally forgot, because it was a remix, and I haven't played it for a while. But Gyarados just puts the spot on here, because it is just epic. What, you don't believe me? You don't believe me? Look at the moveset they gave this guy. They gave him Crunch. They gave him Aqua Tail. They gave him frickin' Dragon Dance. You can teach it to learn Earthquake. It can even learn Giga Impact Hyper Beam. Do you know what? It's just so powerful. Don't even get me started on the Mega Evolution. Don't even get me started. And coming in number 3 slot is gonna be Riolu. Yeah, a lot of you are probably gonna say, why Riolu? Well, actually, no, not Riolu. Shiny Riolu. This happened when in 4th Gen again. Just like the Roserade. This was actually my first fighting type I used. Mostly because Machop and those the other fighting types were either used or I just didn't want to use them. However, this was my first shiny ever. I'm not joking or kidding at the same time. This was literally my first shiny. First of all, when I was into Pokemon, I didn't really watch YouTube when it was all like shinies, all this stuff, so I thought, hey, this Pokemon's actually cool because it has that little dazzling thing. Till then, I started watching YouTube, then boom, figure out that was a shiny. I didn't really exactly freak out because I didn't really think that was cool, but then I realized how rare it was. Yeah, I kind of got lucky. Sad thing though is because I deleted the file because I had no idea why I would ever delete it. That was really dumb of me to do, but seriously, shiny Riolu puts it on the spot of the list because of nostalgia. And you know what? Riolu's actually kind of a good fighter, but yeah, let's go. Number 2 spot is Typhlosion, being the first one that I ever picked in Silver and Gold. Crystal, I picked Totodile, but who cares? Anyway, so we all know the fire types are pretty epic, and Typhlosion, you cannot blame me for picking him on the list. No, you cannot. He is great in story mode, great in competitive, and he's great in physical and special. You can't blame me for that. that Choice Span Eruption will wreck your life. And even if he doesn't, Choice Scarf, but he will wreck your life. And even if you knock it off, or he doesn't have it, he can do it for Sunny Day, Solar Beam, boom, Water types goodbye. He can have Infinite Power, he can have Extra Sensory for crying out loud, Focus Blast, Hidden Power, whatever. All these tough type of moves, you just can't blame me. Typhlosion is one of my greatest. Because not only for nostalgia, he's great in battling. I just wish maybe for an event in the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or Emerald thing remix if they do one. If they put a Mega Typhlosion, I want to see it. People who watch this, if you're from Nintendo, please make that happen. That's probably not gonna happen though. And if you see my Pokemon in my thingamajig and my thing, you would know that Ampharos would totally hit the spot. Ampharos is my #1 favorite Pokemon. I even did a whole series of solo run just to do it. You know why? Because Ampharos is that kind of a boss. And you know what? I honestly, I like it. Being the one in second gen, actually I have a lot. Second gen was basically where all my Pokemon, you know what? It's just making me like it so much. And when I heard of Ampharos and Mareep, honestly, I used him in the first time, but didn't really like him in the others, typically because of his moveset only knowing electric types. Soon I forgot about that, because soon after when 4th Gen came out, this Ampharos was able to learn Signal Beam, Rock Gem, all these other type of moves, Dark Pulse, I think. Whatever. It can learn so many great attacks that you normally wouldn't see on electric Pokemon. Now, before Ampharos actually got these better movesets, my electric type was actually my second. Mostly because, the Pikachu, Pikachu was my first favorite before that. But now, Ampharos is my #1. Its moveset, its stats, and even if you want it, you can make him a agility, Conning Guard, tanky setup. You can't deny it. The only thing I have to complain is the low speed set, but the Ampharos, it's a Mega Evolution is just great. It's great too. It's a Dragon type. You can't deny about Dragon. Dragons are tough. You know what? Dragon Pulse? This thing can go learn Dragon Pulse now. Literally, this thing is great. You can't deny it. If you don't like Ampharos, I'm not going to judge you. I just recommend saying it because, you know what? I think Ampharos is my favorite. What are your guys' top 10s? Please leave a like, comment, subscribe to 7 Pokemaniacs in my channel. If you're watching on my channel, subscribe and go subscribe to 7 Pokemaniacs, a channel where I post stuff on Mondays. TBoltAuras is out. Oh, that was weird.